On the way to a friend's house right now. I have some pretty cool cars. Him and his family have a pretty impressive car collection. I wanted to show you guys. We've arrived. How are you?
Good, good.
Just realized that at this house where they have these cars, it's all SUVs. But so we have the BMW XM, we have the Bentley Bentayga, and then the BMW Alpina XB7. Ahad! What? Alright, so first up we have the Bentley Bentayga. He's gonna drop it down. Oh, there it goes. Check out that wheel gap closing. No coilovers needed. You just press a button and you get that good fitment. I wish my car did that. All right, here we have the Joffreys.
What's going on? How you guys doing? Samad Joffrey, Sam Joffrey on Instagram.
So what are we doing today here?
So we're gonna go through some of the cars that we got over here. This is a 2020 Bentayga design series, it's called. So it's for the 100th year anniversary, I think, of the Bentley brand. So there's special things that this car has, like the gold emblems. See on the exterior, we have like a complete different body style and look going than a normal Bentayga would be.
What are you lowered on?
Just lowering links, and then.
So guys, it's on air suspension, right?
Yeah, it already has air suspension.
So it's on air suspension, and then he added the lowering links, which allows you to use the air suspension feature, but bring it to a lower height. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
And
so what's the color called?
It's called cricket ball. So if anyone's familiar with cricket, the sport.
That's isn't that your favorite sport?
Not at all. Not familiar.
F1 guy over here.
So basically, it's a cricket ball color, but with a stealth PPF on top.
Okay.
So it obviously looks a lot meaner than it normally would. If we open it up, you can see the original color in the door jamb. That's just the metallic. And then what you'll notice that's special about this, the design series aspect, is the two-tone black and white, quilted carbon weave. And then the most special thing, Royce, if you go in and see the clock, every Bentley Bentayga usually has a Breitling clock. This is a mother of pearl face with diamonds. Whoa. So very special options.
Can you remove this and wear it on your wrist?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking of putting on a necklace, to be honest.
You've showed me this car before, but I don't remember the carbon weave. I've never seen this before. That's
the coolest part. Design series.
Okay, there you go.
1919, 2019.
So 1919 and 2019, that's why we have the design series 100th year anniversary, right?
Wheels, obviously, they're beautiful, but it's a nightmare to clean those. I mean...
And at least that they're all straight, so you're not like going into different crevices.
Yeah, but it's still annoying.
Like the stock G80 wheels have like the star design, so you have like little holes, big holes.
Yeah.
So these 22s, 23s?
24s, my friend. Yeah.
Guys.
24s.
24-inch, and the car just eats it up so well.
Yeah, just the stance is perfect. If you look from here, Royce, this is my favorite angle. You see the line curve over the...
You get that nice line, swoop above the
love that.
rear door. And
cool feature. Go back to the light. You'll see.
Just look at one.
Did you see what the B for the
bullshit.
Bentley?
No, B for Bentley.
So that's
we got the double Bs.
And then obviously the license plate, Oz, which is our company.
I know everybody's going to be asking, what do you do to afford these cars?
So right there on the license plate, Oz, baby. So the BB stands for Bentley Bentayga.
We got Oz. BB.
Oz Digital Consulting.
What is Oz?
So basically we're a technology consulting company, mobile apps, data and analytics, AI, robotic process automation, cloud stuff.
AI.
Yep.
Guys, if you want to make money, AI is the way
Anyone
nowadays,
who needs any tech services like that, I'm your guy. We work with companies like Royal Caribbean, Hard Rock. Fun stuff. So
guys, if you work with him, he'll be able to afford more cars.
Yeah,
so
help you buy more cars.
Damn, that fitment is crazy.
Beautiful, man.
I don't think I've seen better fitment on an SUV.
Well,
wait, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
Just wait.
Coming up, we might have this beat. No.
Every day.
Hands down, my favorite Bentley I've ever seen.
Thank you, Royce.
And I'm not just glazing.
No bias. I say the same thing.
It's raised up right now. Samad's gonna drop the suspension. Oh, there it goes. Closing up that wheel gap. From monster truck to
Slammed.
pretty slammed for an SUV. Okay, so we have here, like I said, the BMW Alpina XB7, and the color looks pretty similar to the Bentley. What's the color?
Armatron metallic.
What is it?
Armatron metallic.
Armatron metallic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what I like about it, that most of the Alpina XB7s, they usually have, obviously they have all this chrome front and stuff, but then most of them have like the wheels that are gunmetal, or some people paint them black. I love that these are the polished wheels that, like, you know, continuously flows with the rest of the polished chrome on the car. So I haven't seen another one with polished wheels out there, to be honest.
I've never heard of this color. Is that Alpina specific, or is it
no?
Just
They
an
make other
individual
Yeah, it's individual. They make other BMWs in that color also. But it's the first time that I got familiar with it too, was on this. But we call it the PB&J spec because
PB&J. Let's see the inside.
you know, the inside is beautiful Tartufo peanut butter.
Okay, I'm familiar with the Tartufo. This is the same brown that the G80s have, actually.
Yep.
So we have the Tartufo
So it's
seats.
gorgeous.
Someone calls it the PB&J spec.
Yeah, that's right. You got the Alpina badging, the green steering wheel.
You said green? Oh, the stitching.
The
is green.
stitching, yeah.
Interesting.
The crystal or sapphire, whatever
And we
you call
have,
it.
what year is this?
2021.
So it has the older iDrive 7 like I have. I personally think that this one looks better rather than the bigger curved screen. I think both look good, but this one looks better integrated with the dash.
Yeah, I think it's perfect, to be
And then
honest.
this is,
and
I
then
would
the
say,
back
the better
seat
part to
is,
sit.
yeah, this is sick.
Captain
you can turn it on,
chairs.
or it's the TV, obviously. Just
All right, so we have the captain's chairs, rear seating, and then 2 additional seats in the back. So this is like
this has the captain's chair rows, or not the row, it's the captain's chairs. But
so this
you
is
can
like
get the row if you want.
This is like the German minivan, basically.
Basically, I mean,
Supra minivan.
For us, we have 6 people in our family, so we needed something that could take all of us around, and this was basically as cool as of an option that you could get. So,
so we have our own little iDrive system here, it looks like.
Yep.
The nav.
Media, nav, all that type of stuff.
So now doing something here, does that override what goes on over there, or is this?
Yeah, I mean, you can change it and do whatever you want.
What I'm saying is, if you do something here, it's not going to affect the GPS of the front, right?
Navigation, I've never tried, honestly.
Okay. I know that the screens back here had the iDrive.
It has the
setting.
stars, obviously, at night, whatever that system is called. I don't know.
So
if you can see
these
it on
little
camera.
dots, it's a colorful lighting that lights up.
Exactly.
Guys, if you have a family,
It's got all
bigger
the ambient
family,
lighting
and you want a
everything.
cool car, Alpina XB7.
Yeah, no, you cannot recommend a better 6 to 7 seater car to anyone than this. So what I love about this Royce, actually, besides like the aesthetic, it's beautiful, but the performance is out of this world on this car.
Is it faster than the Bentley?
The Bentayga is not fast by any means.
Isn't it? What's the engine? Is it a V12?
No, it's a V8 on this one, which is better because for maintenance and everything like that, it's a lot, easier to take care of.
All right, and then we have the twin turbo V8.
Twin turbo V8. This is, I think, 612 horsepower. I think that's about 570 or something like that, 583. But that feels super slow, even in sport mode and stuff. You can tell it's a biggish, sluggish car. This Alpina moves like a supercar. Like,
guys, what do you prefer? If you had 3-car lineup, you had your supercar, your daily, and then the family car. Excluding the fact that this one has more seats, what do you prefer in terms of looks and performance? Based on what Samad said, he said that this one's a lot quicker. So I'm not sure what benefits the Bentley really has besides the looks. Would you say that's all the Bentley has over the Alpina?
And it's the name brand, it's the Bentley. When you pull up in a Bentley, it gives a different wow factor. So,
but you'd say the Alpina is
driving wise, way more rather drive this car. I mean, the performance really feels like it's a supercar. SUV. Like BMW, I applaud you. You did a phenomenal job on this car.
And I know he's saying it feels
And
like a supercar, and you don't see any supercars here. But just hold on until the end of the video because we
we'll
have
get
something
there.
special
We'll get
for the
there.
end.
But
Trying to
yeah,
keep you
this
guys
is a
on.
supercar for 7 people essentially. So
We saw
this
the
one unfortunately
we saw the
is very
Bentley, we saw
dirty.
the Alpina, and now we're on another
To-
BMW. So we
yeah,
have
very
the
dirty unfortunately. So the other BMW SUV monster, you know, the XM, which, you know, very,
I think this one might get some hate
I was
in
just
the
gonna say
comments.
it gets
A lot of
of
BMW enthusiasts do not like
criticism, you
the
know.
XM.
So I would say that, you know, once you own the car, it really grows on you. It's a fantastic
Wait,
car
so
to
you're
drive.
saying it grows on you? So when you first got it, you didn't like it?
No, I'm not saying that. I've always liked the car. I always thought it was a good car, but you know, once you get it, you learn to appreciate all the different things that it has.
And I've been in this
Um,
one. Went with Samad's brother for a night out, and the interior at night is crazy. I'll try and
Yeah,
show
so
you what it looks like. I don't know if
we'll turn it on and then you can play the shuffle that happens, Royce. But it's a super fun car to drive. Similarly to the Alpina, you know, it takes off. I think it's like 644 horsepower. Obviously, the
what feels
hybrid.
faster, the Alpina or the
Honestly, the
XM?
Alpina, I think.
Alpina feels
Yeah,
faster than the
the
XM.
Alpina, even though it has less horsepower. I think this is potentially even
Yeah,
heavier.
I think a lot of the hate this car gets is because of the weight, and the looks are subjective. But a lot of people don't like the looks of it. It is very different. So this is a twin turbo V8 hybrid. This is the new S68 motor. So we have in the front the charging port actually, so you could charge the hybrid battery, correct?
That's right. Yep.
So this car can go a certain amount of miles on just battery.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. I think it's like 30, 40, something like that. So
You
it's
don't
not
do that,
much.
do you?
I don't
So
think
guys,
anyone
when you
ever
have a
uses
lot
it
of
for
money,
that.
gas doesn't matter. So we don't use the electric portion of this car.
Yeah, nah, no one bought this for the intention of the electricity.
Okay, let's see the inside. So we have the two-tone.
I love the interior
What
of
is
this
it,
car.
Silverstone?
Absolutely beautiful. I don't even remember if it's Silverstone or what, but
Okay.
with this cognac brown.
All right.
So let me turn it on, Royce.
All right. So
Because it only flashes once you turn it on.
Interior of the rear of the XM, and the coolest part
Now pay
is right
attention.
here.
Yeah.
This ceiling.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the lights go by.
And then the normal lighting will go on. Have it set to this nice.
I'm gonna go from the front angle.
Pink.
You can't tell right now because it's daylight out, but at night when the lights are on around the border of the roof, this textured ceiling just looks so cool because the lights hit certain angles of these.
It's completely different. You can change the colors off.
Alpina XB7 had the older iDrive system, and then this one has the new iDrive 8, the big curved display. And then we have the newer key that's on the newer M models. I have the older one, so I haven't really seen this key before. I think I like the old key better.
People are like, what is this car?
23s. One go up or down?
No, it doesn't.
So this suspension isn't adjustable like you have on the Alpina and the Bentley. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's no traditional BMW emblem in the middle of this car. Looks like they put the emblems as these little etched in decals on the
they put a
rear. So if you don't know this car, you're just a bystander on the street and you don't know BMWs and you're standing back here, you can't really tell it's a BMW besides the
That's why it's
badge.
cool, because a lot of people, they do come up and they're like, what is this thing?
I'm a fan of the light up kidney grills. Color combination on this car, you have the white, what is it, Alpine white?
Will they turn on? There we go.
So it's Alpine white and it has the gloss black trim. Then the outline kidney grill, I think, works well.
Yeah.
So are those, you bought these two, correct?
Yeah, these are, you know, what we consider the hack methodologies, where the goal is to not really lose any money on these.
All right, so Samad didn't explain and I didn't mention, but Samad does something called exotic car hacking, right?
Yep, shout out to Exotic Car Hacks, my man PJ.
Give him a 30-second explanation
30
of what that
seconds
means.
Basically is just an unconventional way of approaching the process of buying cars. So really it's understanding the end-to-end process from buy to sell, and how to cost effectively own these cars, considering depreciation, specs, mileage, financing, tax credits, you know, a lot of different things, maintenance and repairs. You know, it's learning the ins and outs of basically everything. Through that course, Exotic Car Hacks, I picked all that up, and I purchase all my cars with this methodology. And for the most part, any car that I own is just very minimal cost of ownership. I've broken even. I've made some money on a couple of cars.
So basically, just to sum it
Um,
up, in 10 seconds, you're buying cars towards the bottom of the depreciation curve,
Yep.
keeping them for around a year or less, and
Yep.
trying to sell them for pretty much what you purchased it for, or
Exactly.
losing a minimal amount while also driving an awesome car.
Exactly. So the goal at the end of the day is just drive a really cool car for way less than you would think.
So we have one more SUV we're going to run through very quickly because I don't want to make this video too long. We have a special surprise
This is
at the end of the video. So what do we have?
Porsche Macan GTS 2018. Definitely one of the nicest specs that you could own. Volcano gray with the red interior, carbon interior accents.
And it's
then
lowered, right?
Lowered, spacers,
Lowering
links because this has air suspension
Okay.
also. Spacers also to give it a nicer
G80
fitment.
shout out.
And then I also did intakes, filters. So, you know, it sounds pretty nice, feels really well on handling and drivability. It's a really good daily driver for my wife. So
this is your wife's car.
this is my wife's
She
car.
got the worst of the car collection.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, this has been her car for like 4 years now, so she's due for something new.
So we have the red interior, you got the carbon steering wheel,
carbon accents everywhere.
shifter, and then pretty much carbon trim.
And this car
everywhere.
actually
Very
sounds
nice
really
spec.
nice.
So the Macan GTS is a twin turbo V6.
Yep, that's right.
It's a V or inline?
No, I think it's inline.
Is it?
No,
Okay, I don't know Porsche.
Don't remember.
Porsche turbo engines on the Macans.
Let's turn it on. Do a quick sound check.
Got the valves opening up. We're saving the best for last, heading to Samad's house right now. Here he is in the Macan. So I told you guys not to click away because we're saving the best for last. Here's the best for last. Tell them what you got.
We got we'll start with the AMG GTR in beautiful solar beam yellow. Probably the best color Mercedes-Benz has ever made, in my opinion. You know, other people love the green Hell Magno that this car comes with.
So guys, this isn't the regular AMG GTS. This is the GTR.
Yep.
So it comes in either
the
solar yellow or
it comes in a few different colors,
Okay.
but the two best colors that people talk about are the solar beam yellow
and the matte green.
and the matte green,
Okay.
essentially. So in my opinion, this is more of an OG Mercedes color. So
And then we have the
perfect. And then we
MK4
have
Supra.
MK4 Supra, 1996, right-hand drive, mint condition spec, absolutely beautiful, modded to perfection almost, I would say.
And this isn't your regular AMG GTR either. This is a
Rentec
Rentec tune. So we have what?
So it's tune, downpipes, and X-pipe. So we're pushing probably around 700 right now on
All right,
this
quick
car.
cut to the exhaust video, and then we'll go back to this. Now.
Yep, so as you can tell
So
that...
let me know what you guys thought of how this thing sounds. The twin turbo V8, in my opinion, is one of the best sounding engines.
Sounds incredible.
Especially with how this is tuned and the exhaust work done. I think
Yep,
perfection.
the bangs and the pops. Driving this car, you know, a lot of people talk about it being a Porsche GT3 competitor. So in my opinion, again, I've driven one of those before. You know, obviously a 992 is something that you'd... No, I'm not being biased. A 992,
Guys,
obviously, I would take.
I personally would take a GT3. I haven't
So,
driven one.
A 991 GT3, I'm taking this over that. 992, obviously, I would take over this, but a 991.
Are we talking GT3 or GT3 RS?
GT3s.
Okay.
Just GT3s.
All right. I retract my statement. I'm not sure what I would take in regards to this or a GT3. RS, I think that's another story.
RS is that's against the Black Series.
Okay. And then what do we? So we have. This is a 2JZ.
Correct. So this is again right-hand drive 2JZ, but it's been modified. Big single turbo swap, a bunch of other random things done. HKS exhaust, full TRD kit, the carbon spoiler.
Won't scratch it up.
Rear quarter panels, the side skirts, the front carbon splitter.
And then what are the wheels we have?
We have custom
ADV1
3-piece wheels. We have the big Brembo brake kit, if you see on there, and the interior is honestly perfect as well.
Wait, before
one flaw.
Before we get their expectations up too much, saying this is the perfect car.
That's what I was getting to.
There's one flaw.
One flaw, which is easily changeable. So we have, carbon TRD steering wheel. We have the confetti Recaro seats.
But we have the one flaw, which is
it's an automatic. So that's all right. We'll change that. No big deal. We have the 50th anniversary HKS floor mats that came straight from Japan. I waited 6 months for those. Match perfectly with the confetti Recaros, and it's still modernized enough, Royce, this car, where I have Apple CarPlay, a reverse camera. So it's the perfect mix of modern and old school.
What have you done to this car? Did you buy the car as
I bought the car as is. The only things I added so far are those floor mats, but I plan to do the 6-speed manual swap. And then I'm going to pack a little bit more power onto it. Right now, it's probably at around 450.
Can we pop the hood? Show them.
Yeah, definitely. We could pop the hood.
I've always thought that the new Supra didn't have any design elements from the old one. But now that I'm looking at the front, I kind of see a little bit of the shape. And
nah, don't talk to me about the new Supra compared to the old Supra.
Guys, am I stupid for even mentioning that
don't
this
even
has a little
bring
bit of
up
design
the new Supra
character
compared to this.
On the new one?
Night and day difference.
All right, so
that's
a pretty big turbo.
Yeah,
do you know the size?
It's, I want to say like a 67 or 69 or something.
All right, we don't know what we have, but it looks like it's a Borg Warner.
Borg Warner, yep. Big turbo, lots of other good stuff
How much power are we
done.
putting down?
It's only like 450, I want to say, but again, if I spend $2,000 to $3,000, I can get this up to $700-800, no problem. A little bit more than that to 1,000, no problem.
Is this just not tuned aggressively? Because
I just don't want it to be that crazy, super fast. I wanted something that's daily drivable, conservative. I can take it down to Miami if I need to, not have to worry about anything. If my wife is taking it to a car show with me, she has no issues driving
it's automatic, so the women in the family
can drive.
No offense to the women watching who can drive manual. The women, his life can't, so this is kind of cool because they get to drive an enthusiast kind of spec car and enjoy it with the boys.
So this is, again...
So we're going to turn on the Supra. Is this one...
Don't expect too much. It's not that loud. But once it's warmed up and, you give it the right amount of gas, she will spit flames. You'll see it at night. Not right now, but... It had a front Japanese license plate, obviously. And it just had the holder.
You couldn't read it because you don't speak Japanese, so Samad had to remove it. I don't know how I didn't see this before, but you have a bunch of car photos on the wall.
Yep.
This is like the Car Hall of Fame.
Exactly, Royce. So
I mentioned earlier, he does the exotic car hack. So he doesn't keep his cars for too long.
Usually a year and a half.
So this is kind of like your reminder wall.
Exactly. So I don't get emotional every time I sell my cars. I just look back to these pictures, and I'm like, all right, all the great memories.
So we have the Supra that's in the garage now. We have...
This was a classic favorite for a lot of people, James Bond vibes. The one-of-one spec cobalt blue with black and blue interior Vanquish. Modded that also with the exhaust, sounded perfect. The V12.
The Bentley we just
Bentayga we saw. McLaren 570S in mauvine blue, absolutely amazing MSO color. Royce's favorite.
My favorite that he's owned so far.
Audi R8 V10 Plus from 2017 in Vegas
My favorite
yellow.
sounding so far.
This was the loudest car I ever owned. Used to set off car alarms left and right, almost too loud. BMW fans, yep, for all you guys, Rosa Corsa, individual
F90
M5 comp, yep. and absolutely loved that car. Bang for the buck.
V10
and then
R8,
this was
first
my
gen?
first Supra car. Yep, first gen facelifted V10 in Estoro blue, look completely different than BMW Estoro blue, but modded to
I
perfection
think this
again.
looks more like Estoro blue.
Yeah, literally. This was called Cobalt Blue, which
Okay.
is other cars have Cobalt Blue.
Alpina,
The
that we just
Alpina.
saw. The S63.
Some of the S63 was
McLaren
beautiful.
again.
Yeah, just the
Samad's
trio.
wedding.
Vanquish, man, I'll tell you, in that first R8, just because of that's the first generation R8, you know, that timeless Iron Man when you used to see it in the movies. And that spec was just
I hate
perfection.
that movie. I hate most Marvel movies.
Ah, man.
I think they're so stupid.
You gotta appreciate the car
But
scenes,
I
at least.
appreciate the what would you call it? I appreciate the homage that you have to Iron Man because he was a cool character. Just
and
not
same
for me.
with James Bond movies. You used to see the Aston Martins
like
all
James
the time.
Bond,
and you know, growing up as a kid, I always used to be like, man, it would be sick to own an Aston Martin one day. When I saw the Iron Man movies, I used to be like, sick to have an R8
So then when you sell these cars,
day.
you're like, oh, I'm not really a fan anymore.
No, I still am a fan, and I'll own these cars again one day when, you know, life allows me to. One day, I'm definitely gonna go back and buy some of these cars that I had in the past because they are long-term, classic, timeless.
So no
cars.
Bugatti, you're gonna go backwards and
no,
get
that would come
Martin.
too. That would come too, but that would be like a collection car one day. Like this exact car that I sold, Royce. Funny story. So I made $14,000 on this car profit. And the guy I sold it to bought it. He was from Maryland, came down and bought it. His wife was literally, she said to me, my husband's been looking for the perfect Aston Martin for 14 years.
And this was it.
Yeah, I wish I knew before that.
I have to ask, was this during COVID times?
It was during COVID times.
Okay,
yeah,
so I'm sure that had
it was
a
a few years after COVID. I think that was
to play in it.
That was, I think, 2022. I got all the flags of the different cars that I've owned.
Ask, where's your tool set?
No tool set here, my friend. All these cars go to my mechanics. Shout out to X.
These two cars rank in regards to all the cars that you've owned.
Oh, this is one of the funnest to drive out of all the cars I've owned. Obviously, a lot of those are fast as hell. They're all modded and tuned for the most part. But this one feels different. That rear wheel drive, you know, the way this thing kicks in the back, the exhaust, the bangs and pops, it just feels so nice. And the handling, the interior cabin, the way you're fitted to the car also, it's absolutely incredible. I truly enjoy it, probably the most from a driving experience. It's not my favorite just because, again, it's still a Mercedes at the end of the day. At the Vanquish, the McLaren, those had a lot more prestige, but driving-wise, this is probably the funnest car, I'll be honest. And this is just head turner anywhere you go. It gets the most attention. Even when I had the McLaren and stuff, and I used to take them out together, more people would come to talk to me about the Supra than any of the other supercars. So
I don't know if you guys noticed, he has a similar floor to me, and there's something special that the floor does.
We'll show that.
You think we can capture that on the video?
Yeah, you want to do that now?
Let's see it.
All right, so we're gonna do this.
So we're closing the garage now.
Video can pick it up properly, but it's pretty cool, and hopefully it was enough sunlight. I think.
All right, we're turning the lights off, and so the floor. Samad just bumped into me because it's black in here, but so it's hard to tell in the video.
It wasn't as sunny as normal right now, but if you go to the front, Royce, you can see more of the blue.
Oh, here we go. So this is the floor here. You can see the wheels of the cars, and then the floor is actually glowing, and we're glowing more in the front because this type of flooring, it captures the UV lighting.
Yeah, he threw in into the paint.
Kind of like our watches. So the lume on our watches acts the same way as the flooring. So the more UV light that hits the floor, the more it glows when you turn off the lights.
So on a sunny day, like right now it wasn't sunny, so we didn't get the best of it. But
right. All right, guys, so that's it for Samad and his family's car collection. Let me know what you guys thought was the best car. Did you guys like one of the SUVs better, or do you like the Mercedes or Supra? Let me know in the comments below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I appreciate you coming out, Royce, checking out the cars. Looking forward to the next get-together, and yeah, pick your favorite.
Tell them to subscribe.
Like and subscribe to my man, Royce.